Welcome to Citizens of the Rave, episode 6. Today we have an absolute legend, Ilfil, and he has been one of our biggest influences for our sound. And when we first started this project, he was literally our biggest inspiration, and we were fortunate enough to get to have toured with him twice, including on his farewell tour. And this guy is extremely well known. He has toured all over the world. He is really famous for his mixtapes that he puts out on Certified Jackin that have amalgamated over 50 million streams and hundreds of thousands of followers. He has since retired, and he talks a lot about that transition. And he also plays a little bit of guitar action for us in this interview. Can't wait for you guys to check it out, because this guy is an absolute legend.
Yeah, that he is. A lot of fun today. Big ups to our sponsors, Paps. And as always, we have a prize pack to give away. Today you'll be getting these one-of-a-kind tie-dye hat, the dad hat. We have a 70s hotel room key. Threw that in there. We have a record from our friend Scratch Bastard, who did a collab with Paps.
45.
Yeah. For all you scratch DJs out there. And you got this beautiful tee. I'm going to stand up, show it to you.
This is a collab with
Loser Machine.
Loser Machine.
Go to our Instagram, find out how to win.
And normally we would cheers, but it's 7 a.m., so
We thought we shouldn't start drinking yet. We'll wait till noon.
enjoy the show.
Enjoy the show.
And thanks for being here with us today. It's so nice to see
And
your
for having
face.
us.
And for having us, yeah. How are you, man?
How you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm just chilling out. Just excited to hear about more what you guys have been up to and how you've been dealing with everything in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to one day come and travel back, even if it's just not, if it may not even be for gigs, but just to come and hang out and see what's going on in Vancouver again.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you
love that place.
You loved it here. You had a good time.
Oh, what was the name of that mountain that we climbed? Like Dog Mountain or something?
Yeah,
Or,
that's right, Dog
is
Mountain.
that it?
I think, yeah, we did Dog Mountain on Seymour. Yeah, on Seymour.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was
it
cool.
Good. Just a little tiny hike. That was an easy one.
Just a quick hike before a set. We're like, we gotta go.
Yeah. It's good for the photos, though.
Dude, I want to come back one day. I need to bring the family as well, because I've seen all these amazing, and you guys took me out and did, that sounds like this kid shouting, but they know not to come in. They're on strict instructions. But yeah, I love it there. And do you know what? I would have probably tried to move there, but it's not possible for me to come there. I don't have the qualifications.
I don't see why they make it so hard. We have the same queen. She on our money, so she'll
You'd
be.
think.
Yeah.
But you need to be an electrician or what do we call them now? People who do like woodwork, carpenters, I don't know what you call them in Canada, or someone who does roofing, or people like that's what they want, or doctors. They don't want a DJ or
Certified Jackin.
You need a trade. Yeah.
Canada
loves you, though.
Canada loves you. I think they'll make an exception.
Yeah.
Put in a word for me.
That's cool. You live in hot Spain now. That's nice. I mean, I wouldn't mind sun on a beach.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's cool. There's things I miss and there's things I don't miss. I'm still getting used to it all. But England is not. I know, like you guys have this really, like the music is good, no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But every day when you wake up and it's grey skies and it's cold and it rains and it's.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we make like dirty, nasty music, because we're always.
You're in a piss off mood.
Just
That's funny.
Do I need to keep this censored, or can I swear?
Say whatever you want,
be
dude.
yourself, man.
Yeah, the weather's shit.
I mean, we get like we're pretty close to you in Vancouver. Like whatever it's there, it's kind of like here. It's close to the same. But you grew up there.
How many days a year in Van does it rain?
Oh, I mean,
A lot.
8 months of the year, I guess. It's cloudy. We might get like 4 months of sun, probably in total.
More like 2.
2.
That's
2 of like
probably
hot
still
sun, but like not cloudy. Probably, yeah. It's 8 months. It's always cloudy. It's the same.
It's been a nice spring, though. It has been
we got
really
good this
beautiful.
year.
It's been really sunny and nice. And even when the weather's been calling for rain, it's been actually not raining, which is wild.
Yeah.
It's almost like I kind of had this theory that like the news is like telling us the wrong weather so that we don't plan to like go anywhere or go outside. Yeah.
Totally.
Because it keeps saying it's like 60% chance of showers, and then it's like gorgeous.
The weather conspiracy.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Josh, we've spoken about the powers that be and the stuff that they do. So I don't believe anything I get told anymore.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
don't trust that stuff. It's just, the whole thing is crazy. Like the UK is supposed to be opening up from the 17th of May. But now, today, they look like they're doing a U-turn because they've had a few cases today. So who knows whether I'm actually going to go home, whether people can do stuff, whether they can travel. We don't know anymore. They're going to tell us this Friday.
Is it because of that rave that they threw?
Yeah, of course.
No, they'll blame it on that.
They'll blame it on that for sure. That was their plan.
They're making noise about India at the moment because India is having a real problem, and they keep showing videos of people dying on the street and stuff, like the big scaremongering stuff all over again. And I don't buy it. I think it's a load of shit personally, but the world seems to be convinced that these guys are not trying to do us over, and everyone, and I don't know. I just want to kind of have a normal life, sort of, again.
Yeah.
Just travel. You guys, you can play shows again. You can go and do shows abroad, and same thing for me, working abroad, going home, seeing family. You just want to be able to jump on a plane and do your thing.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're closer now to that than where we were in the last year and a half.
We've just been like continuously like trying to refocus on like what we have control over and what we can do. Cause it's really easy to like slip into that mindset of like thinking about all the shit we've lost and thinking about all the things we can't do and no longer have. And all the, it's overwhelming because the amount of information and misinformation and trying to decipher between the two is like really hard to do. But we went down that like rabbit hole of like researching everything and trying to determine what's true and false. And it's just like super stressful. So we're like, okay, let's instead laser focus on our health, on wellness, on making music. And like, we're actually like the happiest we've ever been, considering. But it's just like a choice to like refocus over and over and over again, and it's hard. And I mean, it's probably harder for you because you've got young kids to look after, and you're not in your homeland anymore. So I can, I'm not saying that it's easy, but I think it is a choice to like continuously try to like 100%. Refocus.
The first few months I went downhill real fast. I was drinking a lot. Yeah. And I was like down the rabbit hole. Yeah. Fucking bed dates, fucking all this stuff, trying to figure out what was going on. And then my wife just said, look, you either chill out or you go and live with your mom. So I stopped. I kind of just, and then we thought, right, we'll go and live in Spain. Sorry, why not? We'll just go. Came here, been exercising more and we don't watch the UK news now, which is a massive help. I can't get the TV here, so we just watch Netflix every now and again.
Perfect.
And we have an outdoor life, so I don't really see much of what's going on anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you look good, man.
Yeah, you look good.
You look really good.
Well, it's just a tan.
Just a tan.
Believe you me, 4 months in England, it'll be gone.
Yeah.
You lived your whole life in England. You lived your whole life in England. Like, how did you guys decide to move to Spain? Like, is that something you always wanted to do, or just?
So, I'll give you the short version because I don't want to talk too much about it because it will just bore you. But my wife's been coming here since she was 1. Her dad's got a house here. I've holidayed here for the last 10 years. And we came in August against the UK government's advice, which I was loving.
Stand up.
And we came out and stayed for like 3 weeks. And we felt like we'd really given a fuck you to Boris Johnson. And we said, well, shall we just stay? Or should we go home and should we come back and should we just stay here for a year because I'm not working until May next year. Should we just come and live here for a bit and see what we think? And with Brexit 2 months away, we just thought, well, okay, let's try it out. We took the kids out of school, put them into Spanish school and left all our stuff in our house in England and just, that was it.
Awesome.
How did that feel?
Yeah.
We kind of went through every emotion you can go through on the build up to it. But the first day I got here, I thought, what the fuck have I done? And then I thought, well, I can't see anyone in England anyway because we're on lockdown. My mum won't let me in the house. My dad lives 200 miles away, so he's not interested. And I can't see friends, and I can't work, so why not just go? And that was how we kind of rationaled it a little bit.
Yeah.
And never mind the weather you get too now.
Yeah, dude, it's sunny 310 days of the year.
Oh,
Wow.
And the lowest temperature in the winter is about 15 degrees in the day.
Nice.
That's our warmest.
That's a hot day.
Well, in the summer here it's about 35 for 3 months. At the moment it's 25, 26, but it's cloudy today. So normally it's about 28 now, 29. So it's warm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I can't see that
You
being.
guys will have to come. Next time you're in this side of the world, it's 4 hours from England.
Okay.
100%.
Love to, yeah. I love Spain. We spent a few weeks in Spain. It's beautiful.
There's no clubs here though.
Oh,
that's okay.
We'll make our own.
We like beach time
in your house.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do a beach rave. We'll get a beach rave. That'll be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wanna ask you, like, where, how did your music career start? Like, how did you get into music in the first place? What was your, like, Josh and I were like, I don't know if we've ever even had this conversation before.
You were really young, right?
I don't think I've ever had this conversation with anyone really. So I started when I was about 15. I was, you guys probably remember the like LimeWire and all that stuff and dial-up in trying to get tunes and stuff. So it started out like as a little kid coming home from school, just downloading tunes and thinking, I don't want a real job. What can I do now? I'll be a DJ. Right, I like music. I'll go and play some tunes. So I went to an academy and learned how to play records like vinyl. The kids, I'm just going to, for children nowadays, they're big circular 12-inch discs.
You can see them in museums.
Not CDs. This is before USBs, before CDs, vinyl. So I learned that, and then I went round to every single club and just knocked on and said, hey, I can play some records, can I play? And just kept doing that and went to every night and just pestered promoters. I'm sure you guys have been exactly the same when you started out. And then from there, it just progressed. And then when I was, do you want more of the story or
give it all? Give it all. So you're only 15. Like, how do you even get into clubs? You're sneaking into clubs.
Well, I wasn't getting into clubs then, but I started at 15 looking for songs and doing stuff. And then when I was 17, I went on like lads' holidays and tried to get into clubs. And then I kind of blagged my age a little bit when I was 17 to play in places like little bars and stuff. And then that went on for a couple of years, earning my stripes, just trying to hone it a little bit. And then at 21, I booked a one-way flight to Ibiza for 4 months, and then managed to get into a little bar playing 7 days a week, 8 hours a night for €200 a week. €200 a week.
Damn.
For 8 hours?
That's
some
not
good practice.
Wow.
Yeah, so then I came back from there, and then I moved to the north of England for a year and a half, and that's when Will Bailey he called me and said, look, I've seen you've gone to Ibiza, I've been watching, do you want to do a project? And I was getting close to giving up at that point because I'd been going for a while and not seen any return. And I was on Job Seekers, which is in England. It's when you heard of the dole? Do you know what the dole is?
No.
So you know, when in Canada, when you don't have a job but the government pays you, what's that called?
Oh, like welfare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was on welfare. I was on welfare pretending I couldn't work so I could carry on DJing and just taking my rent and a bit of money. Just so I was living in a really shitty house, eating beans and on toast and stuff every night. And I was like, this is getting tough. And then Will phoned me and he was like, look, do you want to come back to Birmingham? I want to work with you. And I was like, ooh, okay, this could work. And then we did that for numerous years, toured America and Asia and stuff. And that was amazing. And then I branched off in 2010 to start up what you guys know as Illfil.
Wow.
And that was from 2010 right up to December 19, just before the pandemic. I gave up. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
just,
that's
it was just
crazy.
good timing.
Intuition. Maybe.
And then it was like a couple years after Illfil started that you teamed up with the Certified Jackin, right? Like that was
well,
the Certified.
The only reason we teamed up with each other was because we both thought we were down and out. I started out when Jackin, well, what I call Jackin, was really good in 2010, roughly through to about 2012. And then it started going a little bit weird. And it was, do you know, that big tech phase came through. It was just, But 122, 121 beats a minute. It's like, fuck's sake, man.
Where's the party?
We had to enjoy that. And I lost the love, and I thought, what can I do? And I messaged Alex. I knew he was only a kid. He's very young, Alex, who does that. Even now, I think he's only 26, 27. And I said, look, I'll make you a mix, put it on my page, you put it on your page, and we'll just see what happens from there. Because I always was better at mixing. I couldn't, obviously, as you know, I used engineers for tunes, but mixes were my kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And that kind of, I didn't expect anything from it. And we got something, so that was a real turning point. It kind of got me back into it. I thought, okay, I've got another few years, maybe another 5-6 years left. We'll just go for it. And obviously meeting you guys, coming to play out there in 2014 when the Canadians changed the law with visas. That was a big moment for me, because you guys wouldn't let international artists in like America for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a headache for a bit, for sure. And now it's just hard for us to go anywhere.
Yeah.
we flip.
So what happens? So what happens if you try and come and play in the UK? Are you required for? I don't even know this. Do they want stuff from you?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and it's easier there than the States, but we just like did it. We just said we just flew there and just did it.
One holiday.
Yeah, holiday.
Yeah, but on a bigger level, yeah, you're supposed to get visas and stuff like that. But it's harder actually for us in the States. In the States, they can come here no problem, but it costs our visa is like $10,000 just to get the visa to go to the States, because we're in a group. So it's like $4,000 each, I think, US.
$10,000.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, it's like $4,000 each.
Yeah.
So you'd need to be doing like a 3-month tour to even kind of pull that back.
For sure.
You would have
definitely.
to show proof of that. You have to show proof of like that you're getting booked to even get that visa.
I had to do all this. Yeah. 2009, I went to the British Embassy in London, eyes, fingers, and then I had to pay £1,500 for an interview in London. And they went back 10 years of my career, looking at all the different countries I'd played to find out if someone in America could do my job better than I could do it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they want to know. They don't want you to
and
take
then I
the
had
work.
to have a sponsor. I needed a sponsor in the US as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think everyone else is going to know, but I think back then, I got around 3,000 or 4,000 US to play the show, and I earned nothing.
Just broke even.
It was all on the visa and the arrangements. And I had to go. The only reason I got a visa was I went on the back of Will Bailey's visa. They wouldn't issue me one. And I got 1 year. And after that was it.
Wow.
So did it once, never came back, couldn't get a visa again.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
It's difficult. We wanted to do it right. I didn't want to get in trouble and be sent home and be deported and 10-year ban and all that stuff. So tried to do it properly, but
yeah, that's right. The 10-year ban. Wow. It's interesting. Like you'd think for artists, because like artists, it's not like, a carpenter, right? So you just think that we could just roam around the world and just let us play everywhere. It's like we're not taking jobs from somebody, because we're all different, in our own way. But
there is now. This is a nice segue for me. You guys have a different name now. I noticed this the other week.
Yes.
What was the change from gypsies to citizens?
Yeah, so a gypsy can be considered a derogatory term. And like if the history of it is pretty interesting actually. So like when you say like someone gypped me or you gypped someone, like that actually is derived from the term gypsy, because it means to like rip somebody off. And so gypsies are actually people of Romani descent who actually were originally from India. And when they got to Europe, people saw that they had dark skin, so assumed that they were from Egypt, and so called them gypsies. And
I feel like I'm learning here. This is like a history lesson.
Yeah, quick history lesson.
We're explaining this to our parents last night.
Yeah. And so they were called gypsies, and they didn't really have a place in society. They were kind of, ostracized. They couldn't get work. And so a lot of them became entertainers, musicians, artists, and a lot of them also stole because, they couldn't get by. So, yeah. And so as that perpetuated, they continued to get, more and more oppressed and ostracized from society. So the term gypsy is, a lot of them still carry that name, and a lot of them with pride, but a lot of them also, feel very separate from that because it was something that was placed on them. So even though, like, for us, we felt like we were honoring parts of the culture that we loved and that we felt connected to, it's also can be considered oppressive, and it kept popping up. And with the way that the world was going, with, all of these movements happening, we were like, this is a good time for us to change gears. And, us, we're not racist, or, we're always trying to, like, be inclusive. And so we just felt like it no longer aligned with us. And we're like, okay, we gotta switch gears here. So, and I think it was the right move. Like, I feel a weight lifted off of me.
Also, when you guys get to that point, because I'm sure you will when you're playing 10, 20,000 people and it's world renowned, you don't want to have that worry of that following you around.
Exactly. And it just stifles your creativity because you're like worried about it. And then you have to explain yourself to people all the time. And we're like, damn, we just want to make music and make people happy. And so, people were having these like preconceived notions about who we were based on this name. And so we're like, okay, it's gotta go. So we switched.
You think your questions about your name, try having the one I used to have. Ugh. I was stuck with that for too long. I never changed. Yeah, people like it, but I wasn't sure. I didn't even make it up. Someone else made it up. And yes, I was actually ill. That's why I got it.
Really?
There's a rapper called Ill Phil too, from down south in the States. Yeah. I
know all about this guy on Spotify. People are like, why have you got rap songs? Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
It's funny.
I think he's called Christian. I had to get some of his songs off my SoundCloud once. That was a pain in the ass.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. My feed had like 4 of his tunes, and I was like, who's this guy like hijacking my SoundCloud?
Yeah, when I looked you up, I was like, oh, why does it say hip hop and rap under your name though? Like, it's actually your picture and it's like hip hop and rap. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But then I figured it out.
The funny thing is, I actually still have my SoundCloud up just for nostalgia for people at the moment. And it's nice for me to go back and just be able to grab mixes and see the songs and stuff. I don't think I'll ever kill that while SoundCloud as a platform.
Don't.
Just because it was
you guys got like 35 million plays overall, I think, right? Something like that.
It was something. When I shut one of them down, that was the big one. That had about 30 million on, and the one now has got about 20 on. So it was, I think it was probably close to 50 in total across.
Holy
all of them. And I don't know what Alex had on YouTube. That must have been several million. But for me, it was never really about like hundreds and hundreds of plays or millions of plays. It was just who's listening and do they like it? That was the main thing for me. I mean, when you guys would say, oh, listen to you mix, I'm going, what? I'm in Canada, I'm from this little England, tiny little place, and you guys would be listening and people would come up to me. I mean, I had more, I don't know the word fans, I had more people that liked my music in Canada than I did in England, 100%.
Yeah.
In England, in the north, I was quite well known, but my hometown, I wasn't really accepted there as much as some people because, without getting into the politics, I wasn't really into the clique. I was more, I wanted to spread my wings and fly and do more things and see more places. And you know how these scenes can be. They can be quite competitive, and people didn't really like that. So I was kind of ostracized out of that industry where I was. And that happens. It happens a lot. I see it a lot. And it's, some people don't go through the politics, some people do, and there's not much you can do about it. But you just got to, like you said, Nanny, just keep focused, stay in your lane, and you will do.
And always just focusing on the people who do love you and going there, because it's like Canada fucking loves you, loves you.
Who knows? One day I might come and do like a set. I don't know. Someone might book me one day, and I'll go back. I'll make a holiday. I don't even really care much about getting paid. I get to come back, bring the family, and I'll play a few shows. That would be. I think the one I wanted to do the most. That would have been the one I'd like to have done. Is that still going, Shambhala?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it will next year. They had to cancel it twice now, but next year. Yeah.
That looked.
You would kill Shambhala for sure. You have to play there.
Yeah.
You're a huge inspiration for us and our sound, and man,
Do you know
your mixtapes.
My favorite show actually on the last tour was that first one. Was it Victoria?
Yeah.
Was it Little Island?
Yeah.
There wasn't hundreds and hundreds of people there, but that was my favorite one.
Yeah.
What was that? The Copper Owl? Is that
That little, it was like kind of upstairs.
It was red. We were like at the stage at the back, and everything was red, and there was probably like, I don't know, 50 or 100 people at the front, all like reaching over it, literally, and that was my favorite.
Yeah. That's a cool little bar. They shut down. That's a cool little bar. I think it's called the Copper Owl, right? Yeah, but it's shut down now. But that was a really cool venue. It's kind of like 60s vibe in there, 50s.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Because for me, I would rather play to 50 super engaged people than 10,000 people that are just kind of like on their phones, like, gorming, like zombies on their mobile phones. I'd rather play to the ones that are like crazy for it.
Yeah.
And that really felt like a proper little warehouse underground.
That was a good night. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Cool.
Give me 100 in a sweaty little box over 10,000 any day of the week.
For it.
And I think what you said as well, Danny, like play for them, not for you.
Yeah.
That's the big advice I could give anyone. Doesn't matter what songs you like. It doesn't matter what the top 10 are on Beatport. Look out in front of you. What do they want? That's what you got to play. And a little bit of what you want, but more what they.
Yeah.
What they.
Have you ever like predetermined a set, or do you always just go? Never, not once.
Never.
Awesome.
No, I can honestly, well, what I have done in the early days when I was playing on records, I figure out which ones sounded good together and try and, bring those in later down the line. But I find if you're playing to a predefined set and you can't do anything I've just mentioned before, you can't adapt and you can't play for who's in front of you. If I walked into a club and it was full of, the dance floor was just guys, straight away I'm going to start trying to play towards the girls to get them on. And this is at a really basic level. When you first start, you try and think, let's get the girls and the guys on, and you're winning. But if it was a dance floor full of just girls, I'd play a lot of vocals. And then if I had a predetermined set that was all like dub, that's not going to work. So I think you've always got to know your records and understand what is well. And keys are important and stuff, but more importantly, just go with what's in front of you at the time. Never plan it. I think if you plan it, it's fine. If you're doing a radio, like if you're doing an essential mix on Radio 1 or something, plan your set. Yeah. Make it exactly how you want it. But when you play live, just wing it. I think because then you don't know what's coming. For me, that was more exciting then. Yeah. Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Just feel the crowd.
I remember watching you, like, you're so fast. I remember you scrolling through, like I was like, holy shit.
I don't know if I would be anymore. I was quite quick, I suppose, but I don't know if I feel like that now.
I'm sure it'd come right back.
You reckon? I don't even know that. The last time I touched decks would have been like maybe September. Wow. August, September last year. That's the last time I've actually physically touched a CD deck.
And how does that feel to be retired? Like, do you feel sometimes that do you miss it, or are you just super happy with that decision, or like?
I think I would. The first time I felt it was that Liverpool rave 2 days ago, because I was like, that's the first time I've seen it because everything's been shut down. Because when I first retired in December, January in England, nothing really happens. It's just dead. February, it's like, nah. March, and then April, May goes off, and that's when lockdown was going on. So there was no clubs, no DJs, no nothing. And I was like, okay, cool. Didn't think about it. And then I saw that rave 2 days ago, and I was like,
the COVID test.
But you
give me a bit of that.
Your retirement is like a soft retirement. Like you can go back
it's
and
not
like
final.
play.
I'm never going to say never, but I'll play. I'm not going to play new music. I'll only play stuff that I loved from before. So if people want, I'll probably play the old stuff. Maybe a little bit of new, but I can't see me making any more songs now. I don't think that.
Yeah.
Who knows if like Lorenzo phones in, I'd consider it.
Yeah.
That would probably.
I want to ask you about Lorenzo, but before we go there, I want to know like what was like when you were deciding, what were the deciding factors in that led into your retirement? Because I feel like there's probably a lot of DJs, especially right now, that might be considering going through that transition as well. Maybe a lot of them not as much so because it was their choice, but what were some of the like deciding factors that went into that?
1 second, Daddy.
Yeah, no
that's
problem.
amazing. You jump out with our problem. 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Dad life.
They managed to stay out of the room for half an hour. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty impressed actually.
You know how bad the kids want in there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
She wants to come and look out at the balcony. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Did you say something about what led to the decision to retire?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'd always said when I was about 25, I said 35, I'm out. That was kind of always going to be the way, I think. Purely, the main reason was the family, kids. And the second reason, which was a real deciding factor, I wasn't in love with the music in the scene anymore. It's really starting to become quite resentful of it. When it all went in, well, we call it 4/4, a bit like, do you know, like people, these are great artists, but the sound I can think of is people like Tacky New Light, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's great for that audience, but that for me, that's where the music went. Who can make the weirdest, strangest, most warpy sound and cram it all into the song? And it really switched me off because I'm all into melodies, piano, breakdowns, uplifting vocals, happiness in music. That was me, and I felt like that was really coming away from. And I was turning down gigs for these kind of events that wanted me to play all that stuff, and I was just like, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was refusing to play, so my income was taking a hit because I didn't want the jobs, because I'd turn up at 4 a.m. and think, fucking hell, I've got to play this crap. And I'd play what I wanted to play, and it, the kids went through a bit of a change, and now it's all coming back round to the funk, the happiness, the soul. And like, hold on, you've forgotten how good it was, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the drugs have been bad for a few years, I don't know.
That's true.
But in the 90s, it wasn't any of that stuff going on, was it?
That's the real pandemic, actually.
The bad drugs?
Yeah, well, all the people dying from bad drugs. That's the real pandemic.
Yeah. But I think so. The music, family, and obviously I was getting in every weekend, probably Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7, 8 in the morning. My kids, we were like passing ships in the night. Like they would be coming to bed, getting up from bed, I'd be coming into bed, and I'd be doing probably, do you guys do miles or kilometers with your cars in Canada?
Kilometers.
Okay, so probably 50K a year, 1,000K a year of driving, which I know you guys probably drive way more across the States. But for me in England, it's such a small place with traffic, and it was that was becoming difficult. And I'm not as young as I was. When you're 18, you can smash 5 gigs a night easy, no problem.
5 a night.
Straight back out. And you guys, I think what's special about what you do is obviously you're a couple and you work together. When I was working in duos, I had the best time because you have someone else to share the experience with. It was very lonely for me for most of my job, most of it.
Yeah.
I'd spend a lot of time on service stations at night times on my own, sat in the car, eating, having a break. And a lot of I'd say on a weekend, I'd play maybe 3-4 hours. I'd drive for 20 on my own. So when you look at, these were all factors that led up to me thinking, okay, well, I'm starting to get a bit older. You're not cool when you get older if you're a one-man act like me. I've got, I'm posting things about kids stuff and on social media, and it's like, that's not cool. So you have to start thinking about all this stuff. And obviously on the side, I've been learning my photography for nearly 10 years because I knew one day that's probably what I would do because I was not going back to work.
Well, good for you for like carving out your own niche and doing it in a creative way where you can like express yourself. What's photography like for you now? Like, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, pre-COVID, it was amazing. Like since March, I've not worked in the sense I haven't actually been out taking photos or doing anything. But I love it because it is a creative expression. It is very different to DJing. Like, I don't love a wedding like I loved a gig that was good. There's no comparison, which is why I'm now back into the guitar, because I need the music fix. If I can't get it from DJ from there. And yeah, like creative expression. I think we're quite similar. That's something that I think we need.
Yes.
I can't do repetition in a job day in, day out. I have to, I've got to use my mind, think, create, make art. That's important for me. I think, that's just how I see the world. I don't like having a boss. Not very good with those.
No, I agree. Totally agree with you.
People do, especially artists.
But I think that is such an important part of like staying young too, is creating, because that is what we're meant to do, really, is to create and to grow and evolve. And people have, I think, this like false idea that like when we get older, we just like lose our minds and, it's like, I think it's the opposite, where we just like stop using all of these things, but we have to like continuously create, because that's what we're here to do.
Create or disintegrate.
Create or disintegrate.
That's what we say.
So many of my friends in the UK are my age or younger, and they have loads of grey. I don't have grey yet.
Yeah.
Touch wood. So I think I'm probably, or have been over the last 15 years, way less stressed than all of my friends who have jobs.
Yeah.
I've seen them, they're all bald, they've got grey hair, they're like stressed, they've got wrinkles, they're tired, and they don't really enjoy their lives the way that they should.
Yeah.
And, I don't begrudge anyone for doing a 9 to 5 or a job. It's, you do what you feel that you can do, but I just wish more people would realise that taking that leap and being self-employed or working for yourself can be so rewarding in so many ways. And I think that if you do a job that you love, you never work a day in your life, do you? But if you're working a job that you hate 40, 50 hours a week, you're resentful and you're tired and you're probably being underpaid as well.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not like
really
it's
important.
easier. It's even more work, but it's more rewarding, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the problem is people believe that we are only here just to, the phrase that I was used to use was, you don't live to work, you work to live. You don't do it the way around, because then some people spend their entire life till they're 75 working for someone, making them a shit ton of money and getting paid a fraction of it.
Then they're like, what the fuck just happened?
And then they die.
Yeah.
They're old, they're grey, they're so ingrained in the system. They trust and believe everything the government says. They're so totally reliant on the government. I don't need the government. Like, I work for me. No one pays me but me. Yeah. I earn my own money. Same with you guys. And I think if you can have that independence and be free to a degree from the system, that's healthy for you. I do think.
Yeah.
I agree.
I read this quote the other day, and I can't remember it at all, but like the essence of it was like saying how we like exchange all of our time for money. And then we end up getting sick. So then we go to like the hospitals, and then we give all of our money for our wealth and for our health. And we always think that like we're never going to die, but then we just end up dying. And then we're like unhappy and
not
unhealthy.
only that.
Yeah. It's like soul sucking.
How many times have you guys heard people say, I'll do that when I retire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I finish work, we'll have that holiday. You might die before you get that holiday.
Yeah.
Why not do it now?
Yes.
I'm going to go and see all the places I want to do while I'm healthy and young. I'm not going to wait till I'm old. When I'm old, I'm going to do absolutely fuck all and sit on an island and burn somewhere.
Burn.
Probably be here, somewhere like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do all my traveling now and do it with my kids while they're young. Give them some life experience. Don't wait for your life to happen. Just go out and, that's
you could die tomorrow. I mean, you think about that every single day and live your life like that. You get a lot more done, a lot happier.
It's the problem, like people, I'm not going to get too political, but people go out and they get a huge mortgage on a house, and they literally, for 35 years, they've got on the news. You can't afford to do anything. we'll have that big holiday when we retire, when the house is paid for. But then you sell the house and the government still wants a piece of the action when you've paid for it. So you may as well just either rent and save your money now and then figure out investments later on down the line. Or if you're going to do, I just think the whole system is a little bit outdated right now. I think there's a lot of change. And I think people are seeing it because of COVID, because now they're not having to go to work to the office. They're going to be like, well, I've been working for a year from home. I'm going to stay here and work.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I mean, like, in van, I remember how busy those roads were getting in and out of the city. So if you're working just outside the city centre, what is it, an hour to get back in, to get back to the middle?
Oh, yeah, during rush hour, hour and a half even to go like a 20-minute drive.
That's 2 hours of your day that's unpaid when you're stressed as fuck on top of your 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
Totally.
Why do it?
Yeah.
Why would you want to?
I love what you're saying about like do it now too.
COVID's been great for that.
Because I think that everyone has these like you were talking about, these like if then contingencies. Like I'll be happy when I get to do that, or you know, I'll be healthy when I get this or that. And it's like you're always like kicking the ball down the road, but it's like no, we have to lead with that joyfulness and lead with you're doing your desires now, because there's like we have this, it's like we think like something's coming to like save us one day or something, you know, like the promised land, but it's like no, you have to create that and you got to do it now. Yeah. Well,
a lot of people don't believe that they are in charge of their own destiny. They believe the government or someone, they believe the world owes them a favor and it doesn't. That's the one system. Yeah, my dad taught me long ago. I don't think he really consciously knew what he was saying, but he used to be like, Phil, get a real job. No one owes you anything. No one's giving you anything. Go and do it yourself. And I think he wanted me to be part of the system, but at the same time, he was teaching me that don't wait for it. If you want something, go out and make it happen. And you just got to hustle, haven't you? Like, it's the hustle, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's important. Just get out there. If you love something, don't listen to someone if they say no. Tell them to fuck off and do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not everyone's going to agree with you, but not everyone's going to like your music or your work either. But that's okay, because some people will.
Enough people will.
There's 8 billion people here, man. There's enough.
Yeah.
Someone's going to like it.
Yeah, I love that. That book. What's that book? The art book?
The Practice?
The Practice. Yeah, The Practice by Seth Godin. It's such a good book, but you should read it. It's
just a little tiny one.
Amazing. But it's just all about it's made for artists, and one of the things he says is like make something and just recognize that like not everyone's gonna like it, and that's okay. Just recognize that it's like, okay, hey, I made this, but maybe it's not for you. But you know, maybe it is for you.
That's a really good example, because I used to get really caught up on negative comments on social media or SoundCloud, and granted, I wasn't like being hounded or abused very often, but sometimes I'd put a song out on SoundCloud and there'd be 500 nice comments, and then one person was a complete troll, and it would ruin my day.
Yeah.
And I used to think, hold on a sec, why am I getting caught up in the one person?
When you got 500 good ones.
But it's like, if you go on Amazon and you're looking for reviews for a product and there's 1,000 good reviews, you're not going to read those. You're going to read the one shit one. Yeah. What was their problem with that? And that's the same with, you know, you focus on the negative sometimes. And I think it's sometimes difficult to train your brain to turn that off.
It really is.
Like what you said earlier, guys, you have to do that and just keep focused and stay away from the negativity side of things. And I think, and that's what was I going to ask? You know, I've been meaning to ask you something. It's going to come in. It's going to come. That's it.
Just make the work. Ship the work. Do good work.
Do you guys still have the vision board?
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, it's like not on the wall anymore. Well, we do, but it's like
we do meditations now, and we
like more powerful.
We write down like all these things that we want, and then we meditate on it, and we like imagine it every day.
Love that.
Yeah.
Because the last house you're talking about is like the whole wall.
Yeah.
And we don't really have that wall here because it's cement, so it wouldn't stick to it. Yeah. So we started visualizing it, and we do a lot of writing too.
We also have like a box full of images.
Yeah, we put it all in a box. Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could sit here and say I've been amazing over lockdown, but I've been absolutely terrible. I haven't been doing it as I should. My wife does it every day. She's like on it, but I haven't.
Yeah.
But I did, now we're talking about I'm going to start. But I remember your wall, the great big great vision board. And I had 2 of them and she made me take them down in England. So I wasn't, they've gone. They've gone as well. But it's all here now.
You got it in the head though. You got the vision. Yeah.
It's all about like, intentions and like conscious creation, because like we literally become what we think about, and we like vibrate at a certain frequency and we attract, similar vibrations to us. So if we're, vibing high, we're going to attract that into our life. And so it's about just like, continuously focusing on like what we have to be grateful for, all the abundance that is around us, all the things that we want, that we expect to come to us. And I think if you have that expectation and that belief that it just happens. And like Josh and I have proved that to ourselves over and over and over again. And so we're like, okay, we just got to think bigger and set the bar higher and keep going. And it just like, it keeps proving itself true over and over again. So, and I think a big part of that is like leading with joy too. And like not being like, okay, I'm only going to be happy when we get signed to Night Base. It's like, no, that is like focusing on the lack. You have to focus on the abundance, on like, okay, we're getting better every day. We're improving every day.
If you guys, sorry if I'm chip cutting there. If you guys don't ever continue with music, you should 100% be self-help gurus. I think that would definitely say, I'd buy your course.
Okay.
Awesome. I don't think I could ever quit DJing. Fuck, I'll be 90 DJing. Oh man,
I'm like loving
the first mix.
You're like, come on, give me a bit. Where's the course? Where's the download?
Where's the course?
Well, that's kind of what these podcasts are about,
Yeah, hopefully,
Yeah, maybe one day.
People will take a lot from just seeing someone else happy, positive, excited, because it lifts you. I mean, I'm feeling like Tony Robbins in the room or something right now.
Shout out Tony.
Tony.
Oh man,
I'd love to go to these things. I would like to go and see one of his.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's great.
They look pretty, quite high energy, isn't he? Like in they're really going. I wouldn't want to be picked on him by that. I wouldn't want him to pick me though and like go into me and like rip me apart. But I'd happily watch other people get torn apart.
Yeah.
I think they ask for it. I don't know.
He's like hardcore. He like swears at people like, what the fuck are you doing?
He really changed it. Like he was like one way, and in the last like few years he's come out as like this new thing, which is, it's awesome.
He's like a badass.
Yeah.
But we really like Joe Dispenza. His work's really interesting. He's like a researcher, a doctor, like and a mystic and an author, and that's the meditations that we do. But his stuff's really good. You should check him.
Can you guys send me DM me some private links for all this stuff? Because I'd love to have a look.
Definitely. For sure.
I need to kickstart all this stuff a little bit, because I used to listen to audiobooks all the time because I was driving so much with DJing. That was the time I did this. And now I don't have that. I've stopped. So I really need to kind of get back into that and start to connect on that level again, because my life was better when I was doing it. There's no question.
Yeah,
you got to keep up on it. We read a lot.
Yeah, reading's good.
Yeah,
I wish I could. I don't really read much. The wife reads a lot, but I like audiobooks. I can deal with that. Talk to me. I'm lazy. I'm listening. Just talk. I can deal with that.
Yeah, we do both. I like reading.
Yeah, we've started like we have like a really, really solid morning routine that we do every day. So we like wake up, first thing is gratitude, think about what we're grateful for. He actually writes it down. Then we do yoga together. Then we meditate. And sometimes like 3 days a week we run.
Before all that.
Or do like a cardio. Like this morning we got up before this interview at 7 a.m., which is, this is
5 a.m.
But we were up at 5. We did our exercise, did our yoga, did our meditation.
You don't have kids living with you, do you?
What's that?
You don't have kids living with you, do you?
I don't think so. Are you out there? We got a few fish.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's a crazy deja vu. Do you still like wave at random people and shout at people in your car with?
It's funny. I was talking about that yesterday because we were out in the country.
Yes, he does. Always.
I say hi to everybody. Like, why not? I mean, we're out in the country and I was saying hi to people and they're so nice saying hi. I'm like, wow, people actually say hi back here. Downtown, people are like, the fuck? I mean, some people say hi, but A lot of people are like, "What are you
I
talking
can
to
just
me?"
imagine like Alex being in the car with you doing that. He would not know where to look.
Oh my
Right.
god! I can't wait to go to New York because they're just gonna be like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, you're just saying hi to me?" I'm just,
Dude,
friendly
you'll
guy.
shoot you. Don't you'll get
Get shot. Well, you were telling me that once. Like, if you're out saying hi to people walking the dogs, they would just like cross the street or something. Like,
No, it's okay to say hi to someone if they have a dog.
oh, right. If they have the
Yeah,
dog.
in England, if you just walking past someone, right, mate. Look. Whereas
Trying to fight.
Here it's more friendly. Like here's quite friendly. Even though I can't speak Spanish, I know that it is more friendly.
Yeah.
Are you trying to
should
speak
read
Spanish?
Spanish.
Are you trying to learn?
not
No.
yet.
Just do a little
Not
bit
yet.
every day.
I know a little bit. I know
Yeah.
a bit, but I haven't tried. I should try,
That
and I
should be
will
your next
try.
audiobook. Just learning Spanish. Like, just listen to it just every day.
There's a good app.
Rosetta Stone.
You know, like
Babble.
oh yeah, Rosetta. Yeah. I
think
mean,
there's an
you know,
app-
like,
Babble. Yeah, Babble.
Babble. There's an app called Babble that apparently is really good for learning languages.
okay. Do you know when you really want to do something? Like I really wanted to be a DJ. I really wanted to take pictures, and I really wanted to play the guitar. I don't really want to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
And you probably won't.
So when you don't have that desire, it's a bit harder to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even though I know that I need it, I don't really feel hungry to do it yet. And I feel like with a language, you need the hunger to do it, to get into it, and to really give it what it needs.
Yeah.
I think with anything, you have to have the desire. It's just not going to happen
Yeah.
unless you're forced, and then it's still going to be half-ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. At the moment, I don't. It sounds really bad or lazy, but I don't really care about the language right now because so many people here can speak English already. I know that's really lazy, but it would make my life easier to integrate if I could speak Spanish because there's a good portion of people here that don't speak any English at all. Sorting things like cars, bills is a nightmare. So.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
We'll learn one day. Luckily, Elisa's quite good at speaking Spanish, so she sorts that at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Sounds like she's got her shit together.
Yeah.
I just jam. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She does a lot. But yeah, I mean, life's pretty laid back here. Everything's slow. You know, you guys use Amazon, right, in Canada?
Yeah.
What, same day, next day, 2 days,
Pretty fast, depending on what it is. Yeah.
4 weeks
Wow.
to come here.
Whoa.
And I'd say 90% of Amazon in the UK won't post here.
Wow.
So Amazon's gone. We don't use it now.
Well, you must be
So-
saving a lot of money then. I mean, you're just like, fuck,
Oh.
don't even buy anything.
Yeah, lot.
That's good.
We have to have this brought over once a month by a haulage company now if we want something. It's not the whole. I mean, I loved Amazon. It was easy, but I just bought so much shit.
Yeah. It kills
And
like
when
the
you-
impulse if you have to
Yeah, and
wait 4 weeks.
when it's taken away from you, you remember what life was like before Amazon, and we survived. We did.
You should write a book called that, Life Before Amazon.
You get out your bed and you walk to a shop and you buy something that way.
How
That's
about
how you do
that?
it.
How about that? Wow. On a nice sunny day in Spain? Doesn't sound that shitty
I'll
to
just,
me.
you walk down to the town, you go and have a look, or you drive to the nearest centre, about half an hour drive from here, and I actually have to go and look for something. It's been quite an awakening experience again. I feel like I'm connecting with my younger self again.
Yeah.
You're younger. I love how old you think you are. You're such a baby. You're not old, man. You're not old.
No, I'm not old, but I don't really want to be any older than this now. I think this is all. I'd stay here for a bit if I could, but
It's
unfortunately,
cool.
I
I
can't.
think dads are cool. I like your kids. Dads are cool. It's cool shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always wanted to be a young dad. I didn't want to be like really, really, really young. I didn't want to have my kids at like 50 or something, 50 or 60. And you hear people doing it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when they're 15 and you're like 70? What are you going to do?
You're just like, you're back.
That's going to be us.
That's going to be us. Yeah.
When my eldest is 15, I'll be 43. So I can take that. That's all right.
Yeah. That's nice.
That's all right. I'll still be able to like run around a little bit and hopefully I shouldn't be crippled by it.
43. That's young, dude. Trust me.
Josh has a goal.
I know 43-year-olds.
Josh has a goal of dancing at his 100th birthday. That's
Yeah.
what he says. Like every time we're like exercising, he's like, I'm training for my 100th birthday. Like that's what we're trying for.
that reminds me of a song. If you've never heard
Dedication.
it, after we finish talking, go and listen to Baz Luhrmann, Everybody Wears Sunscreen. It's 7 minutes long, and it's a tune that will change your life.
Oh.
He basically gives advice for life. And some of the things he says in there, one of the things is he wants to dance the funky chicken on his 75th wedding anniversary. That's what made me think
The
of that.
funky chicken.
And so he'll be about 100. So it made me think, hold on, Baz Luhrmann's got the same idea as Josh here. But he gives some real good life advice. And if you go and if you do anything today, go and download that and have a listen, or Spotify, whatever it'll be.
Okay.
Everybody wears sunscreen.
And there's an original bit of vocal in there. Is everybody's free? That's where it comes from.
Everybody's free.
Yep, that in there. That's where that was from. Cool. So check that tune out. And if anyone's listening, go listen to that song.
We will do. Maybe we can link it to the show.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, that's some technical wizardry there. You can do that.
Yeah, we hire someone to do it, but.
So not so good at Spanish, but what about the guitar? How you been enjoying that? Because it's been what, 2 years now, or year?
Just about 18, 19 months. So getting on for that. I have put some hours in, definitely. I'm by no means like when you said you wanted me to go live, I was like, oh fuck. I can probably
put you on the spot.
Every time I try and play, because the song I'm trying to learn isn't a beginner song. Like I can play all the boring things like Oasis and all that rubbish that people learn. That's pretty easy.
I love Oasis.
I don't dislike it, but it's everybody learns it, don't they? It's quite like what should we learn? Oasis, wicked. If you can't play Oasis, Wonderwall, then are you really a guitar player? Probably not. But the song I wanted to learn, I set myself 5 years to be able to do it.
Wow.
And I'm nearly 2 years in, and I can do about a third of it, maybe. Some of the solos are really difficult. So I'll have a go. Can't promise I'll get it right because I'm going to be feeling a lot for you guys watching.
Okay.
But I can certainly try.
Right.
Let's hear it. I'm
So
excited.
if Josh, you guys might remember, it's Dire Straits, and it's called Sultans of Swing by a guy called Martin Knopfler.
Yes.
Sick.
Which is why I have the red one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I remember the day you got it. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm doing it.
Let's find all the stuff. I'll turn the amp and stuff on. So you got to let me know if you can hear it first.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see everything all right?
Yeah.
So, is that all right?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm nervous. I'll try. Can't promise it's perfect.
You got this.
It's about a minute or so if I can get it all right.
Okay.
That bit I got wrong. Never mind. There you go. Nearly. That wasn't too bad.
Awesome. Love it.
That's freaking
Few
awesome.
mistakes, but
Coming along,
not
man.
good.
Come along.
Not
That's
good under
good.
pressure, to be honest.
That's great.
That's
Are you
awesome.
kidding me?
Do you think you ever do that on stage?
Lisa wouldn't want me to. I'm not saying I
Your
wouldn't,
first thought?
but no, I don't really want to be a rock star. I just want to play. I said it was a goal really. Like that's the song I want to learn. I'm going to go and learn it.
Cool.
And it's I must have spent 3,000 or 4,000 hours by now. Like getting on for that 10,000, working on it.
Wow.
Maybe not, but probably 2 hours a day on average for a year and a bit. And then other days I've never had a day off more than one day maybe. But right, DJing is a piece of piss to do compared to this. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Like DJing, like mastering, beat mixing, pretty easy. You know, it's not difficult really. Mastering a crowd, that takes a few years. Whipping around, like pretending that you're doing things really quick, maybe 5 years.
Pretend.
To play this how I would like to is probably going to take me 15 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Cool.
But it's like it's something that you do for life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sounded good. It sounded good, man. You're coming along.
Wow.
I
love that song too.
I don't think my timing was very good because I was shitting my pants, but
Come on. You're not nervous.
Oh, it's really cool to see how you're like moving the frets up and down and like, or the strings.
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
That's cool.
I'll show you what I learned on. So I started out on one of these, the acoustic.
Yeah.
So, we spoke about Wonderwall.
Yes.
Just quickly, because you got to do it, haven't you?
Yeah, you got to prove to us that you're a real guitar player. Play Wonderwall.
Okay, if you can't play Oasis, just quit.
So you learn like all these.
Yeah, there it is. Today is gonna be the day that's gonna.
You learn that
back
one
to
first.
You. Yeah.
And then I'll show you one last thing. This almost made me give up. Let me just put it on. Let's see it. This one chord. This is called the F chord. Can you see that?
Yep.
That took about 2 months of 2 hours a day just trying to do it because you have to get this little fat bit of skin to generate on your finger here, otherwise you can't do it. So you learn all these little, like an E minor, you learn an E, and an A, D, A. I mean, what tunes would you guys like listen to when like from bands like Green Day and things, stuff like that, or what did you listen to when you were growing up?
Oh yeah, when I was growing, definitely Green Day for sure. But then I went a little harder. I was more like Nine Inch Nails, Manson, Tool, shit like that. But yeah, I started with Green Day when I was like 15, skating around.
I was always obsessed with Tom Petty.
Yeah, I love Tom Petty too. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to play any Green Day, but
Actually, I'm pretty sure I lost my virginity to Basket Case. Yeah.
TMI, man. TMI.
Yeah, just thinking about 15 and
So
Green
he's like,
Day.
what the fuck?
Sorry, Mom.
Basket
I'm
Case.
gonna have to learn a Green Day tune, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Please do Basket Case.
What was the one? What's the one? Fork stuck in the road. Is that what it's called? Or he sings about a fork stuck in the road.
Oh yeah, that was one of the more newer ones.
That'd be quite a nice little picky.
I love that song. That's a great song.
And maybe I'll learn that one. To be honest, I can play about 20 different tunes, but that's the hard one I wanted to try and nail. And without you watching, I'd have got it right. No problems.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, you feel nervous, don't you?
Hey,
It's
good
all
on
good.
you. Good on you for picking the hard one and for.
But I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. When I last saw you guys in your flat, I think I played on a little blue one. Is it still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This little guy right here.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, you gotta grab it. I think we were going hard on that thing a few weeks ago, and we busted one of the strings right off.
This guy.
Look at
There it is.
there it is.
And at that point,
Is it missing
all
a
I
string?
played.
Oh yeah, it is missing
yeah,
a string.
yeah.
Well, I remember playing. I couldn't play anything but Twinkle Twinkle Star because my little girl was learning how to play guitar, and that's all I could do.
Oh, that's
This is
cute.
all I can do. That's it.
It sounds like real shit now.
It's missing a
A whole string.
It doesn't even.
Oh, okay.
This is what happens after our sponsor drops off a few cases of beer. We fucking start missing strings with the guitar.
Dude, that's it. I'm so chuffed that it's
Thanks,
even
Paps.
there.
Yeah.
But I just remember doing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little
Yeah, yeah,
Star. That's all I could do.
Hey, you've come a
Sorry.
long way.
You gotta start
I was
somewhere.
literally probably when I came out. When did I come out for that tour? That was June. I only started that month that I saw you guys. So you've seen what from there to now. There's a bit,
Amazing.
Yeah.
bit of a difference, but give me another 3 years, and I should be able to do it pretty well, I think.
Excellent.
So
We'll
it's a
book
slow
you.
burn.
We'll book you
Slow
for Rise
burn.
and Shine, and that will be part of the contract. You have to perform that on stage as well.
Yeah.
Just a
That'd be
huge
awesome.
spotlight on you.
I don't think I'd ever want to go and like be an on stage. I'd like to be someone in the background doing it who would just rock up for a solo. Be like, I'm not singing. Fuck that. Someone else can sing. Just do a bit of a solo and then just back into the shadows again. Let someone else take the glory. I'm not in that anymore.
Back into the
Done all that.
shadows. But you do sing though when you practice, right, by yourself?
No, never. I've literally never sung. I don't. You know when you've been playing music as long as me, you know if something's and I'm not. So I'll spare you all the noise. It's not going to happen. I'm not really good. I can play a bit, but can you guys sing?
No, I mean,
Danny, well,
I like to sing, but I
think we
don't know how
can.
good it sounds. But
Yeah.
I like to belt out.
Are you one of these shower singers, or do you just let it go?
Shower
Yeah.
I sing all the time.
He
Maybe
sings in the
probably
shower a lot.
shouldn't.
Yeah, we're always singing. We're always yelling and
shouldn't.
making weird noises. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would actually really love to sing. I always have this like vision of myself like playing the piano and singing, like as if it's like something that like I was meant to do. So that's on my list. We have like the grandmother Moog, so we've got a little keyboard.
It's not many keys though.
How many keys is that?
It's a small one, that one.
Yeah.
Our last one was actually bigger, but I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have a proper
Josh,
one,
we
but
use it to more to make sound effects than fucking play
Josh,
the piano.
which comes first? Which comes first, Danny's birthday or Thanksgiving from now?
Thanks. No, your birthday.
my birthday.
Oh no.
When is Thanksgiving?
I think I always get.
November.
Oh, it's November. I always get mixed up with the
My
American
birthday's
one.
October.
Fucking American one.
Okay, so
they're in October.
by October, there needs to be a piano right there in that corner.
Oh yeah. We've
like
actually thought about that, but there's just like not much room.
There's room.
We need a little
You
more
can make
space.
room.
We could just have it
Make
right.
room.
Do it now,
Have it right
right?
here.
Do it now. Do it now.
You're gonna die
No.
tomorrow. Do it now.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Get that piano. I really want to buy my wife one because she used to be good on piano. So we're gonna get her one. Danny gets one. We get them the piano. They
Yeah.
go and play piano. And
Everybody's
become
wife gets
musicians.
a piano.
Do it. If you love it, if you love music, which you do, then express yourself. That is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard on that little synthesizer because it's just you've got this little tiny area. So
I'll be
piano.
guitar, Danny piano, Josh, you can be lead vocalist. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yes. Yes.
This sounds scary.
What would we call our band?
Oh.
The 3-hour goodbye.
The what?
The 3-hour goodbye.
That's another episode to think about. I'm not going to think. Go and find a drummer. Go and find someone who can do drums, and we're sorted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We should actually have a robot do our drums just for something something new. Just get like an AI bot that you do the
Yeah, but
drums.
to be fair, like when in the studio, you know those little pads that everyone uses now. You can just I forget what they're called now.
Yeah, like
The
push.
little thing, like the loop drum machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be singing, Josh, on your foot, just tapping the drum machine as you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Sorted.
Like the one-man band who's got the whole shit all over. He's got the big drum on the back and he's singing.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, Mary Poppins, that's right.
Actually, my dad plays the accordion, so
All right.
we'll get him in on that too. We need to bring the accordion back.
And the harmonica.
Yeah.
And the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, he does it all.
He does a lot.
But the
He's great on the
accordion
guitar.
is
He's
like
great.
pretty spectacular. He always plays
Wow.
Lady of Spain. Yeah.
Try throwing that in your DJ set. Now I'm going to pull out the accordion.
Yeah, we should. That would be
In your bass house set.
You have to play that tune this year, either a live or a set or whatever. You got to
Oh
play
my
that tune.
God. I wonder how that would go.
You won't know till you try.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think I'll try that.
That would be horrific.
Let's go back to Chris Lorenzo. How'd you meet him?
I was quite intoxicated under alcohol and certain substances, and I was in Birmingham. I just literally met Lisa about a week before, and I had come back from a gig and got myself in a right mess. And I was still recovering. Don't think I'd been to sleep at that point. And we were in Birmingham when it was just breaking the scene. When did it list in August? September 2010. And he was playing, there was this really tall, skinny bloke was playing some tunes. I remember thinking, fuck me, what is this? And I went straight over to him. I was like, mate, who are you and what is this music? And he was like, oh mate, you the geezer that works with women? Yeah, I said, let's do a tune. I'll come to you. Oh, you make tunes, don't you? Yeah. I was like, can I come to your house? We'll come and do some stuff. And that was kind of it, really.
Cool.
He was quite a young kid then at the time. I think he's 5 years younger than me, or 6 years. Might be 29 now, 28, 29 was. Mm-hmm. And he was so young, maybe 16 at the time, 17, wasn't old. And he'd just kind of like been making all this speed garage for people, which I didn't even know about. But there was something about his stuff that I was like, this kid has got some potential. And then I went to the studio with him and Kane, and I said, look, I've got all the stems and bits to Faithless Insomnia. This would be a good tune to have a go at doing. And then I had that, they know what is what, but that vocal. I think it's Star 69 in it or something. And I said, look, I want to do this. And I sang it all, or like tried to sing it and hummed it how I wanted it to be. And he just literally grabbed his keyboard and just did it. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen it like it. Yeah. And that was kind of how, and I've actually got somewhere videos of every single tune we ever did, like when I was recording them on my phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I'm going to make a bit of a bold claim here. I'm not going to say I was the first, but I think I was one of the first people to record in the studio what was going on and post it to Facebook. I've never seen it been done before. Huh. And we did that in 2010.
Wow.
On your
flip phone? Yeah, I just had a crappy little phone and I just videoed a shitty resolution computer screen and him playing on the keyboard and posted it on social media. And that I'd never seen that being done before. And I don't know why we did it. We just had a mess about it. Thought, fuck it, we'll just post it and see what happens. And people loved it because it was an insight into the other side of what. But he was a genius, as you know.
Yeah.
Even at that age, he was just like blah, 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 banging one-handed, like making riffs on this hand and doing something on this hand. And back then, he was using Reason with the oldest, shittiest, worst computer I've ever seen in my life. It was barely struggling to keep itself powered on. And then another, he'd flick the tab, and then he had Ableton rewired into Reason, and he used to get the back of the mixing desk up on the VST, and he'd be taking on the computer, dragging wires out and putting them in different. Honestly, I had no idea what he was doing.
Wow.
The kid was light years ahead of everybody else. I'd never seen it like.
Cool.
And then I introduced to him big build-ups and melodic stuff, and he coupled that with bass line, and that was that.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, how many tunes you guys have together? Quite a few, right? 20?
Oh, more than that. 50, 60, 70 maybe.
Wow, that many. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A lot. I mean, when I knew he was going to Ibiza for 4 months, I booked him out for a month so no one else could use him. Not that I was being greedy or anything, but I just thought, well, if he's going to Ibiza, I'm having an exclusive for a month, so no one's got any new content apart from me.
Yeah. Wow.
Sweet.
Cool.
That's
Are you guys still homies? Do you chat with him ever?
Not often, but I did speak to him about 6 months ago on Instagram. I think he's got a whole new life in LA now. Mm-hmm. He's settled down with a nice girl. And yeah, I don't know what he's gone through with lockdown or anything, but I could still reach out, but I feel like that chapter of my life is his interest in his life is very different to mine. So I haven't really reached out much in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But if I saw him in England, if he went back and I was there, then I think we'd get on as if there'd be no time.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of my favorite tracks for sure.
Mm-hmm. The he's a wizard, mate. I mean, I can't take much credit for any of those. I had the ideas and I had things in my mind that I wanted to him to transcribe, but he was the one, you know.
But that's a part of it. That's a part of the creation process, right? It's not like
Yeah,
one's more important than the other, but they, you guys had to
However,
be together to create that.
I never felt 100% authentic playing my own songs because they were never fully legitimately all my own creation.
Right.
And that's why I've really liked playing that, because I just did that, not Lars or anyone else. And I think the first time I've ever had that feeling of being complete and with my own creation with music.
Yeah.
I've never really had that before.
Cool.
So I know that's crazy, but that's how I would describe that.
Yeah. Well, I think that speaks to your personality too, because like you said, like you don't like having like a boss or anyone over you. You like to be self-sufficient and do things on your own. And so that I think, and see how that can speak through your music as well. But yeah, if you look at like any sort of like big like top level producer, like it's not just them making the music. No. There's like tons of different like audio engineers and like tons of other people. Like if you look at like an Alicia Keys song, it's like there's probably like 30 or 40 people who like help to produce the song to make it as good as it can be. So
the end result, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play any sets together?
Say again, sorry.
Did you guys ever play any sets together at all?
A good question. I think the answer's never a duo. And I think we only played on the same line maybe 10 times ever.
But you never actually jammed live?
Together, no.
No, yeah.
What were you going to say? The scary part about something?
What was I going to say there? What were we talking about?
We were talking about like how many people make songs.
That like, it takes to make a song.
It takes so many, like in the
bigger
pop
industry.
I won't name names now, but it's quite interesting as I found out over the years how many people have ghostwriters.
Right.
People that I had no idea didn't do their own music. I think I don't have any issue because I did it, but what I did like people to do, if they were asked about it, don't lie about it. Be honest.
Yeah.
You've got input, you half did it, but don't say you made the whole thing on your own, because when you get found out, and you will, you're just going to look a bit daft, aren't you, really? And I think there was a lot of artists back then that were like, yeah, making all that. And it's like, oh, no, you definitely didn't make that song. That's definitely Chris Lorenzo that's made that. You can hear his hi-hats, you can hear his kick drums. It was quite, his sound was so clear and unique. You could pick him out a mile off, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It used to be like Christmas would come early. I used to go around once every couple of weeks and I'd be like, here's my USB stick, load it up, please. See what you've made. Come on, bring it in.
Give it to me.
Christmas comes early.
Come on, give me some of them tunes. Come on.
Oh, man.
It's like crack.
When you like handed off your library to us, that was like one of the best days of our life.
Yeah.
Pass the torch.
Oh, that was
good. I only gave that stick to 3 people ever.
Wow.
Wow.
So
thank you.
You guys are one of those 3.
Thank
I fucking
you.
love
and
that. Great.
Again, at the end of the day, if I'm not playing anymore, I'd rather other people were able to play some of the stuff that I used to play. What's the point in hoarding it for no reason?
Yeah. Oh, it gets a lot.
I know you guys continue. And some of the stuff on there probably will never really be common in Canada because they were just different scenes. So hopefully you still get some airtime out of that lot.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. All the time. We're always dipping into that.
I was actually just, we like pulled a bunch of like our favorite ones out of it and we have it like always on a crate on our gig stick. We were just jamming the other night and I was like playing straight out of that set. It was awesome. A lot of your tunes. Actually, we were with our buddy Sheps. Did you ever meet Jamie Shepard? I'm not sure if you met him or not, but he was like scratching.
I think he played the first time you came out when we did the Halloween thing. Bling Out the Dead.
Okay.
But I was DJing and he was like scratching over top of it and he was like, what is this? I'm like, oh, this is Ill Phil. And I think I played maybe like 2 or 3 of your tunes. And then he was just like, this is another Ill Phil track. He's like, this is so sick. I'm like, yeah, man, get behind it.
Get behind it.
That was just on Sunday, actually, or Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
One day I may grace Canada one day. Who knows?
Yes.
I'm sure it's like riding a bike, isn't it? You probably don't forget how to do it. Although I don't know. I'd probably be a little bit rusty for 20 minutes or something. But I don't think you forget, do you, to DJ?
No.
I think that's always something that you carry with you. And I hope I always remember how to do it, because one day when my kids are old enough, I want to show them, because they've got no real idea of what that was. They've known me going out late and coming back early in the morning, but they're only 7 and 5, and I knocked it on the head 2 years ago. So they've never really experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they're teenagers, they're going to be like, holy shit, you were traveling the whole world. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was no place that I really wanted to go that I didn't get to go, so I'm happy with that. Saying that, one place I'd have liked to DJ in Australia, but I did turn down numerous tours, so I kind of think, well, I probably would have been able to do it, but I turned them down because of family at the time. So.
And Shambhala needs your set.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, yeah, that one. I think Burning Man as well. That would have been. That's a pretty, isn't it? Okay. Shambhala would have.
Next summer, let's go to Shambhala and Burning Man together.
Yeah, and Rise and Shine. You can do. We'll do all three.
Guys, I'm just gonna go off for a month to Canada. You just hold the. Yeah, I'd love to.
We got the mountains. Bring your camera.
Right.
Okay. Well, we gotta do at least one of them.
Yeah.
Get me some Canadian weddings, and then I'll do a bit of work, and then do that on the side.
Yeah.
Is there ever going to be like a marriage with you two? Are we seeing that in the future one day?
I don't know. We're always standing up on the pedestal.
Nah, I don't know. We're like, we know that we're going to be together, but it's not really something that's like super important to us. And it's like, I don't know, but maybe one day. We've always said that if we ever play Coachella, we'll get married.
Yeah, because that's where we met.
That's where we met. So we'll see.
Maybe if we didn't DJ, we already would have, because we just like to party. So we just throw a wedding party.
That's like pretty exciting. Like it would, if we got married, it would definitely be like a festival, and like everybody would be invited.
It'd be the sickest wedding ever, to be fair.
It's just throw a wedding festival.
Would you guys get like a helicopter to one of those crazy places that you sometimes go and just up there?
And you would be DJing for sure.
Yeah. Come DJ.
I'm down.
Yes.
I'm down.
You'd be the DJ and the photographer.
That's my kind. I could do both. That's my kind of wedding DJ. Ill Phil.
Early on in my photography career, I used to get asked that a lot, and I won't do it. I never mix the two. Excuse the pun.
Yeah.
But because back then, like, people were still like, oh, they'd recognise it now. People haven't got a clue because I haven't been around for a while, and the kids don't remember me anymore. But back then, at the start, it was like, will you come and take my photos wedding? But will you DJ as well? I'm like, fuck's sake, no. Not DJing that you sit in front of your nan and like all your.
Yeah, I feel like that's not really the music that, like, when we've played, we stopped playing weddings because we can't stand it, because they just tell us to play Justin Bieber all night.
It's easy money, but it's not good for the soul playing that kind of shit. That's not the thing.
The last one we played was awesome though. My girlfriend got married on Salt Spring Island, and the like whole wedding party, like everybody just ate mushrooms, and like they weren't really.
That's rare.
They weren't really like necessarily like ravers or into like house music. So we started off with like top 40 stuff, but like we just slowly like inched it in, and at the end they were like raving. It was awesome. And that was our last one. We're like, okay, no more weddings, like, unless
you're never gonna top that. You're never gonna top that.
No, it was awesome. It was really cool. Really, really fun. But yeah, it's like, it just kind of sucks the fun out of it when you can't someone's trying to get you to play country, and you're like, do you understand that I've been building this vibe for the last hour? I can't just like go and play a country song right now.
But you have to at a wedding. Like, that's just how it goes. Have to, so fuck that.
It's hard to please everybody because there's just such a diverse range of people there, and so it's the hardest job in the world.
Weddings are weird. The party's cool, but weddings.
Unless you don't bother mixing and just kind of fade in, fade out. Just big medallion on, white shoes.
Just got your plate of food, like eating your food.
Oh.
Nah. Do you mainly just do weddings, or like have you?
I could never imagine that go. So yours is dropping a little bit.
Oh, you're cutting out there.
So,
We're finally getting the island internet.
oh, gosh.
Oh, there you are. When you do the photos, have you just been doing
it
weddings?
It seems a little bit laggy. Do you want me to try and flick it onto my 4G? That might.
No, I think you're good now.
Sticking to it.
Can you hear us okay still? Oh.
Let's have a look. See if that's any better. Is that better? Or?
Yeah, well, we can hear you now. You're moving.
Yeah, that's good.
You're just frozen for a minute.
Don't know what happened there. It might have been my internet. I've just put it onto my roaming, so that should work now.
Okay.
So for the photos, are you only doing weddings, or like have you been doing other stuff as well with that?
I sometimes diversify a little bit, but I like to be. I've always had the thing that with weddings, I don't want to be don't want to be a jack of all trades. I want to be a master of one, because that way I can specialize, be really unique with it, and create more of the word I'm looking for, more of a unique brand, so I can charge a bit more and do a bit less. I'd rather do a few really good ones at the right price point than do hundreds of shit ones at crap money, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Sure.
So I've tried to make myself a bit of a luxury brand. I've finally got there now. It took a while, but it's like anything, you've got to just keep building till you get there, haven't you?
Yeah.
But if you guys ever get married, you come and ask me, because I'll get some good photos of you if you do.
Only if you DJ.
I probably would for you, so I probably would do it for you. Like that could be my wedding gift to you.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks.
Well, it would just be, I feel like we would have...
Scare the parents.
We would just have a big party, and it would probably just be like open decks with like all of our friends and everything. It would be awesome.
That'd be a fight.
That'd be a fight.
You couldn't get me off.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're getting married. I'm like, fuck. Oh, Joey. You can't get Joey off the decks.
You can't get Joey off the decks ever. Have you ever met Joey, his alter
That's
ego?
good.
Have you ever seen like when he gets...
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
The alter ego.
Sorry.
And a few alter egos of Josh. I'm not sure if Joey or not. Consciously, no. Probably have met him, but not aware of it. I've seen a few sides of it. So. Good old Gypsy. Talking about yourself in third person.
Yeah.
Love it.
I don't even know this guy. Oh man, that's funny.
We should play this tune.
Oh yeah, tell us.
Yes, please.
This is your favorite one you've ever made. We asked you to choose your favorite of all time.
It's
Tell us.
also...
Yeah, I mean...
I gotta say it's our favorite too.
It's my favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time as well. Honestly.
Oh, well,
There you go.
appreciate that. I mean, wasn't an easy... there's so many that I like, but that one would be the one that I would think, right, if I want to shut somewhere down, I'm playing this one.
Yes.
That was my ultimate get out of hell free card. And because everybody knows the vocal, and he really knew how to transcribe what I wanted for this one. It's such a simple bass line, but with the fact that it builds and builds and builds for so long, you're ready to explode by the time it hits.
Yeah.
So for me, it had to be that one. That's the song that I kind of hoped I might be able to get the vocal cleared and a proper official remix, but it never happened. I feel like that one should have done more than it did, but hey ho.
You got our hearts.
It's done everything for me.
You got our hearts.
Yeah, that's definitely my favourite. That's definitely my favourite one. I think the reaction and crowd. Yeah.
It works every time. We know.
I lose it every time.
We lose it every time. Let's hear it.
I've not even heard it for. Gotta be. I haven't listened to it for a year now.
Can you hear that?
I kind of. People might think that I just sit there like jamming to my own tunes all the time, but I just.
I do that with your tunes.
Yeah, I do that with your tunes.
But you probably don't sit there listening to your own stuff like, all day, do you? Or do you?
No, not unless we're in the process of making it. When it's like a year old, I'm like, fuck, do we have to play this? We gotta play it.
Well, people for 10 years were asking me to play Ride on Time every week.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to play it.
You have to play it.
That's why
That's what they're there
the
for.
IP versions. Interested. because it's just so boring when you play the same one over and over. But that's what they want.
Gotta do it.
You play it.
Can you hear it?
Nope.
Can you hear it?
No. It might be just in your headphones.
You should be able to hear it.
Well,
Maybe it's your setup.
pretend you can hear
Just
it.
about to drop. See me through, see me through, see me through.
Am I talking to Josh or Joey now? Who's on there?
Oh God, it's 7 in the morning. Joey's not here.
Oh, that's epic.
So when we
You
put
guys
this
can-
live, we'll be able to hear it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Just so you know, it's actually playing.
Come out and just like boost it on. Are you playing all of it or just a little bit of it? Like? A little bit. A little bit.
Oh, the vocals. Every time I would play that song, I'd come home with like a burnt out vocal box because I'd be screaming that last bit every time. Especially like
Yeah, not well. You can't hear me over Florence, so it's all good, but I was trying. I'd come back, I'd ruin every day, like, "Ah."
I wish you could hear it right now. I don't know what's going on.
I've probably heard it before, don't worry, I'm all good. I've heard it before.
Yeah. No.
My kids are like they've got plastic trumpets downstairs and they're going crazy on it.
Well, our
that was
favorite
fun
and
for
your
us.
favorite. That was fun for us. Yeah, sorry you couldn't hear it. Everybody else out there can hear it, so
Yeah.
they know what we're talking about.
Oh, it's good. Well, I was just going to say, like, thank you so much for just having me. It's been so nice. If anything, not just to do this, but just to actually speak to you guys again, because I don't get to do it very often unless I see you in the flesh, which has been a long time since that
Oh
happened.
yeah. Well, thanks for coming on,
Well,
man. And thanks for everything you've done for the sound
Oh my
and the
gosh.
community, and like, holy fuck, such an inspiration for us and so
Yeah.
many people. So
Yeah.
thank you.
I'm always blown away by how humble you are, because I guess it's hard to understand and appreciate like how many people you've touched with your music and your mixtapes, and I think it's really hard to always like wrap your head around that. But for us,
Yeah.
and for other people that we know, like Brett, for example, like you were such a huge influence for us, and like that song is literally my top 2 like favorite songs of all time across every artist. So like that's so cool, and it's really awesome that we got to meet you and tour with you and now become friends with you and like that. So yeah, thank you for everything, because you really were a massive and still are influence for us and our sound and our music. And yeah, so I know, and that's just us, but I know that there's tons of other people, and like, the fact that the music that you were putting out there is generating like millions and millions of plays and hundreds of thousands of followers, and like that's no small feat. So congratulations.
When you say it like that, I don't really know how to react. I'm like, I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not one of these that likes everyone in the room eyes on. I don't. I'm kind of, you guys know what I'm like. I tend to kind of like sit and wait and watch and observe. So for me, it used to take up a lot of energy for me to go and play and perform, because I'm center of attention, and that's not a place where I was very comfortable, but I could do it for an hour or two for a show, and then I'd need a break afterwards to kind of like settle down a bit. So it was, for me, it was never about fame, fortune, and what are those things that come with that. It was just because, one, there's no way I was getting a real job. 2, I loved the music and wanted to go and travel the world and get to meet people like you and Josh, and that has been the main thing for me, just the journey.
I love it.
So for any DJs that are trying to do this because they want money, cars, girls, stop now, because you will fail. Do it because you love it. It's got to be because of that, otherwise it's not going to work.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Well,
All about the journey.
Well, You have to be lucky for that to happen if you're not there for the right reasons, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, but thank you for the kind words. I don't even know how to react to that. It's just like,
You're welcome. And okay, so we just have like a couple questions that we always finish these with, and just like say whatever comes to mind. And maybe you already answered this one, but my advice to artists is,
yeah. So do it because you love it. Don't do it for the wrong reasons, and play for them, not you.
Good. Success is
time freedom. And that, I think, for me, if you've got time, which is the one thing that you can't buy with money, and you've got that in abundance, then you're winning. Yeah. That's my success. I think. That.
Good one.
Having time.
Happiness is?
Family, friends, music, doing something that you love.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard on the spot question.
Yeah. Failure is
doing a job that you hate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's failing life miserably, because I will elaborate on it, because some people will be like, yeah, well, I've got to work to support my family. But if you're not right, they'll never be right. You need to be right, and then they'll be right as well.
Love it.
Love it.
Okay, two more. A good song is
one that makes your hairs stand up on your arm.
Yes.
You get that all the time.
I always get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time from that song we just played too, by the way. Okay, last one. If you were a day of the week, what day of the week would you be, and why?
Well, I'm going to say Monday, because every day of the week is a weekend for me. So I'm going to pick the one that everybody else hates, because I don't hate them.
Yeah, I love it. Josh is
because you're living your dream.
That's right.
It's up.
That goes into all the advice you just gave, right?
Yeah.
Every day.
Everybody wakes up on Monday, like, no, it's Monday. I'm like, oh, it's Monday. Cool. Didn't even realise it.
Didn't even know.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Don't really keep tabs on days of the week these days.
No.
So yeah, Monday.
Sweet.
Monday.
Good on ya.
Good on you. Well, thanks for playing.
You're welcome.
So
Thank you for having me.
This is a good chat, man. It's really fun.
We'll have to talk like privately again like this. It's fun. It's nice to see you guys and catch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Phil Dolman in the chat.
Next time we'll bring your family on. Maybe we'll all have a glass of wine together or something.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. For sure.
Eating a Twix.
Eating a Twix. Yeah. We gotta come visit you. We need some beach time.
100%.
Yeah.
It's an area open for business, mate, from next month. So come over.
Good to know.
Okay, we'll do. Awesome. Well, enjoy the rest of your night, my friend.
And you guys enjoy the rest of your, whatever's left in the morning. Enjoy it.
Yeah, we
Just
will.
about 9 here now.
Almost 9, yeah.
All right.
Love you,
I
buddy.
can smell food. It's food time for me. But again, guys, loved it. We'll definitely chat again soon.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. Love you.
Okay,
Have a
much
good one,
love.
man.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.